hikes. So that will be when I talk to y'all. Okay. Eventually, I'll be doing these morning hikes on my lifestyle channel. So hike with me every single day, no matter the weather. No matter the weather. Morning hikes. Okay. For some of y'all, y'all said y'all missed the morning walks, the morning hikes. So my hikes are almost 2 miles long. Almost. So if you want to get at least 1 mile in, you could, join my live video. This this video might be a little shorter because my cell phone ain't fully charged, but you can always finish the hike back, once the live video in. So, morning hike with me, y'all. And I'll be sharing some of my thoughts, my random thoughts. I don't do morning readings anymore, but I will share some morning thought. Eventually, I'll be doing this only on my lifestyle channel that is at Victoria. I'll post a link in the community news. So let me say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay, bring hike date. Come on in, everybody. All right. For me, hiking is me going to church. Okay? I show up the way I am. Until I connect with God, I don't really consider myself cleaned or cleansed. All right, I like to earn whatever I get after I go for a walk. I like to earn it. Okay, so after I go on my morning walk, then I'll, hi everybody. Then I'll go ahead and do something creative. A lot of people who are artists don't realize that creativity requires you to walk. It requires you to go on journeys and travel. Stop going to your laptop and thinking something just going to come out of you. You got to connect with the sky, okay, for you to have a breakthrough. Breakthroughs require sky connection, and it requires you to do it before 10 a.m. If you're just getting connected with God at 10 a.m., you're late, okay? You're very late. All right, so let's get some scenery in here to give y'all some inspiration before we get into the topic of this video. Something that is on my mind, something that may trigger some people. So I'm gonna let y'all see some things for inspiration for some of y'all who are waking up and trying to be creative. Excuse me. Pennsylvania is full of artistic places, okay? If you live in Pennsylvania, there's plenty of outdoor inspiration, especially in this part of Pennsylvania, since this is a part of Pennsylvania that really encourages artistic, artistic expression. Okay, so this is what's sad about this park is actually a park that hardly nobody go to anymore, and it's very sad. You know, um, I don't know why people don't sit in this park. I have no idea, but I guess it's like too old fashioned for the modern generation. I guess they feel like it's too old fashioned. But a park like this was something that we used to enjoy back in the 90s, right? Back in the 90s, we used to like parks like this with the rubber tires, you know, and we didn't care if it was like getting old. As long as it wasn't dangerous, we were still playing it. I never see no kids playing this park, and I'm so shocked. It's because all the kids are sitting on their cell phones and playing video games. I saw a post today, y'all, that literally said, this was on YouTube. Somebody said, healthy children who are grown, raised in a healthy environment, do not care about sitting and watching video games. And y'all, that's true. We love to talk so bad about the environment in the 90s, but we had better environments in the 90s. That's why we wasn't dopamine junkies. See, when you play those video games, you're a dopamine junkie, period. Okay? We need to get back to just taking the kids to the park with popsicles. Sometimes a few days a week, just get rid of your phone, say no phones on these days of the week. And I'm gonna have this talk with African Americans. If you're African Americans, the worst you could do is be hooked on your phone. Okay? Look, minorities, you're already under stress. You're already disrespected out in these streets, in these workplaces. Your brain is under attack 24/7. So that's why you are at greater risk of having brain damage by being addicted to your phone. Okay? You're never getting a break from your brain attacked. So you need to give yourself a break. See, other people who are not minorities, they could sit on YouTube and stream all day. They could do all that. Half of them, they go to work and they have peace. Half of them go home and their families are tightly knit and sticking together. But a lot of us, our families aren't African Americans. So when do you get a break? When do you get your brain, give your brain a break from being attacked? The best time to do it is the morning hours by just saying, look, I'm a teach, or I'm not gonna do this phone. Okay? I already know this phone is more against me than everybody else. I know that if I go on YouTube, the African American community is 10 times more toxic than any other community. I know when I turn on TV, it's toxic in my race. I already know this. So I need to cut back on all this technology use and become more of a creator so I can have my peace. The most peaceful thing you can do for yourself as a minority is focus on your creative endeavors. The system has been set up to stop you from being creative. That's why you're slaved the most on the job. That's why you're attacked the most. The system is set up to block your creativity. It wants all the other race groups to have the creative ideas that will give them financial freedom. It doesn't want you to have financial freedom through creativity. So it's time to stop. Look at this beautiful tree. Look at this. Look how it's blooming. You know, for this tree to be blooming like this park ain't as low vibration as people think it is. Okay? See, I notice things like that. God don't put something beautiful like that in a park that is cursed. But people don't come to this park as if it's cursed. You know, people are thinking way too negative about the 90s. People who have never been there or born there need to stop hating on the 90s so much. Okay, we was vibrating much higher even without technology like this. And I'm keeping it real. Okay, so African Americans, I want to share one of my thoughts with y'all today. One of my thoughts. Something I noticed, if you are a minority and you are still living like in the 90s where you're not stressed about a car, you're not stressed about looking like you're famous every single day, you're not stressed about none of that. You're listening to your walkie-talkie, which is like your cell phone now. We had walkie-talkies back then. And you're really just trying to, hang with your squad. You'll notice that a lot of African Americans today don't want to deal with you. If they're under 45, they don't want to deal with you. Okay, they look at you like you broke, like you low vibrational, like you a bum because you still doing 90 stuff. You're still using your feet to get around. You're still dressing comfortably and not worried about high fashion every day. You're still willing to, wear twisting your hair like the Brat was wearing. Remember when the Brat was wearing twisting her hair back in the 90s? You're still willing to do that. You're still willing to wear your old sneakers. If you are like that right now, don't expect to have so many African American friends. You will be very alone. The more you have, I'm keeping it real with y'all. The more you have as an African American, the more fake African American friends you will have. The more you have that looks new, that looks like the American dream, the more fake African American friends you will have. So don't think it's a come up. Don't think when you get that $80,000 car and that big fancy home that all these African Americans that your friends, they're not your friends. They're not your friends. When you was trying to start your business, how many rushed to help you? Like, let's keep it real, African Americans. How many people has rushed to help you get your business off the ground, finish your projects? I have literally asked several African Americans, would they be willing to do the editing of my manuscript to make money? And they all give an excuse. You know why? Because they want me to be a stoic or live as a minimalist. A lot of other African Americans, they're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna think you're a joke. Like, they're not gonna take you seriously. You know, you'll be treated like the outsider. You know, I don't know why we as African Americans, we still think that having loans and mortgages and all these car notes and car payments and all this expensive clothing, we still think that that's making us in the game, but we're actually losing. This system is rigged against us. It always has been and always will be. Okay? It's been like this too long. It ain't never going to change. So, you need to hang out with other African Americans that are about saving money, you know, about budgeting, living under their means, about, you know, driving used cars, about just dressing comfortably and with, you know, with self-respect, you know, and not trying to keep up with the Joneses and just being mindful of their energy more than caring about how much they're fitting into this toxic, manipulative society. Okay? If you are following a lot of the script of this society with the way you look, okay, with the things you do in the morning hours, the things you do before bed, if it's following the systems, matching other people, you already know that you're losing. You're losing, okay? I go on hikes almost every day, and I don't never see no African Americans out here hiking. But a few times I've seen white people hiking. That just says a lot, you know? I always see African Americans get in their cars and drive by. You know, they hop in those cars so early in the morning. Y'all, I don't even care about having a car. My family have a car, but I only use the car now to go out of the city. If I could walk there, I'll walk there. If I could walk there without collapsing and dehydrating and falling to the ground, I will walk there. Will y'all think that people who can afford to wear or fake like they can afford to wear expensive stuff, will you think people who are driving these polished, you know, flawless cars, you think they're winning? They're losing. They have to worry about the upkeep of that stuff. They have to worry about whether their new stuff is going to be accepted by the other people who got new stuff. Okay? They have to worry about losing it and getting stolen or damaged, or people being jealous and tearing it up out of jealousy. They have more worries than you. They have more worries than you. You have one drawer of clothes. You have one backpack that you take with you, you know, with your basic essentials in there. You know, you have just one friend, and I said, you're already winning. Okay, you sleeping better than they sleeping. Trust me, they not sleeping. Why do you think a lot of people who have these big homes with these mortgages and fancy cars, they be sleepless, tossing at night, up at night? You know, a lot of them don't get no sleep. A lot of them couldn't even walk a hill. They got to sit in that expensive home, that unnecessary expensive home, because they know they pay too much money for it, so they're not going to let it go to waste. So they don't get no sun. Look at this, look. I don't know if y'all can see. But there's people sitting on their patio right now. You know why they sitting on their patio? Because they own that big home that's really big right there. And they never have nobody over there. I walk over here every day. I'm out here almost every day. They hardly ever have parties there. They hardly ever have anything there. But they have all that land in that very big home. And they're sitting on their patio. You know why? Because they got to babysit their expensive house. When they should be out here walking hills and walking at this time. But they're not. They're not. They're sitting on their patio, running their mouth, probably bragging. bragging about the next thing they're going to buy for their crib, the next thing they're going to waste their money on. That's what they're doing something in the morning. See, the moment you care more about your health than this corrupt system and all its products, I'm telling you no lie, you will be alone. You will be alone. Don't even expect to make no friends. A lot of people is making you think they're about their health by going to the gym one day a week. But try to get them to go on hikes with you and fishing and learn how survival skills and to go camping. I bet you they say no. Survival skills is important. You need to know about these plants out here. You need to go camping. I don't care if you're scared. You need to know how to fight for yourself up in the woods. You know, a lot of people, they don't know that. This is what they know. See that car? That's what they know. See that? That's what they know. They'll sit all day cleaning their car instead of going for walks and just being happy to be out in this world, to be able to use their legs. I don't want products, y'all. Let me tell y'all. I've been there and done that, and I have all the stuff for proof. I've been spoiled rotten with things and endless things. And it only got me endless pain and sleepless nights and stress and stuff. Now I'm sitting up here trying to drop all the weight of my house, because that weight in your house puts weight on your body. The weight in your social life puts weight on your body. The more things you commit to that you did not have to commit to, that you only committed to because you put too much money in it, it puts weight on your body. And it puts weight in your spirit. And I'm telling y'all African Americans this, because a lot of people that's not minorities, they can afford to waste. Okay, they got family members that's ride or dying for them. They do. They got family members that been left generational money. They got family members that got multiple bedrooms that they can let them stay in if they waste their life. But half of y'all do not have that. So don't be afraid to be selfish and self-absorbed sometimes, African Americans. Your practice of being self-absorbed is nowhere near as much as some of the people that hate you, how self-absorbed they are. Your self-absorbedness is equal to basic self-care, okay? Because you already know that you're being damaged and disrespected too much. So when you be self-absorbed, you are literally just also fixing, when you be selfish, you're fixing some of the damage, the daily damage that you're getting just psychologically. Okay? This system is always going to make you think that you're crazy by not chasing the glamour. It's always going to make you think that you are selfish for putting yourself first. It's always going to make you think that. Its agents, its clones, and robots are all going to try to make you think that energetically, that you're crazy for wanting to go on a hike instead of jumping in your car. Okay? They're going to say, why is you walking with a backpack when you can literally jump in a car? Don't you have a car? You must not have a car. But you can have a little decent used car at the crib, but you know that is not bringing you any closer to God. Cars are low-key, low vibrational, and I don't care what nobody say. Y'all know how I feel about cars. A car, no, you think a lot of rich people got cars? They don't own half of them cars. Some of them cars was given to them as gift, and they resold those cars. Half of them rich people don't even own their homes. Why? Because they don't want that baggage and that weight. They don't want to have to deal with reselling that property. They could just move out. I don't understand why the African American community always feels like we got to prove to each other that we keeping up an American dream just to have a pleasant conversation. You try to have a pleasant conversation and be supportive and caring to the nearest African American in the North, and they look you up and down to see if you're worth it. They look you up and down to see if you're worth a good morning. This is how brainwashed a lot of African Americans are in the PA. If you if you're tired of the toxicity in the African American world, don't move to the PA. Don't ever come here. Don't ever come. Okay? I don't mean no harm, but if you're African American in the PA in the North, you're better off at making some stoic white friends. You're better off. Yeah, I said it. I said it out loud. You're better off with making some minimalistic, stoic white friends. You're better off.